Hey, hello Alejandro.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good to have you here. I'm gonna jump straight into the first question. Johnny Depp, Adam Sandler, or The Rock? Who are you?
I would probably choose Johnny Depp.
Who are you really? We know your name, Alejandro Suarez, but tell us more.
So I'm 20 years old. I was born in Venezuela. I started growing an interest for music. And so my dad bought me a piano and it was really cool to play it. And so I thought, well, once I'm finished with high school, maybe I should try a music college. But then I really started playing a lot of music and that's where my artistic spirit grew. And I thought, well, what am I good at? What do I like doing? And I always had a camera, and I filmed. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should try theater, And I thought, well, what schools could I go to? What could be interesting for me? So then I came across you guys, and I saw that you offered schools and counseling, to attend other schools. And I thought, well, acting, that might be something. Yeah. And so I applied and I went to LA, and that was just like 3 years ago.
Yeah. So you did acting certificate or certificate in acting at UCLA Extension in LA. Why did you choose UCLA?
So obviously I knew of the name. It's recognizable. And I was also looking through their courses specifically. And so UCLA, they were the school that had most of appealing courses and classes for me. And by that I mean they had a lot of acting stuff. So it was different techniques. And I totally liked the hours. So you get to do 3 classes a week. And they're only 3 hours each. And then you have a lot of spare time. And that gave me a lot of time to think about my growth. And so I thought, well, that's definitely a priority. And then I was like, I want to go to the heat, to California.
LA is where it happens, right?
Of course. So I think that was the most important thing.
Yeah.
That it was in LA.
A typical class or session at UCLA.
So typically I would rendezvous with some friends before, we'd get excited 5-10 minutes before we meet up, and then the teacher comes in, he asks us if we've done our homework.
Answer is always
yes, of course. Yeah, as an actor you have to put the research in. It's just the hours.
Yeah.
But then we'd come in, we'd have a startup, get our body started, and we'd clap and pass energies, and then do some exercises, and then we'd dive straight into it. Whether we have the scenes. Or we could do some exercises like we do, and then you repeat. It's the Meisner thing they taught us, and so we're very active and physical. So that I totally like.
That's great. And how many students would you be in a class? Did it differ course to course, or and where are the students from? Are they mainly Americans or international?
So we'd have usually. Like you said, it's very. So some classes there could be like 8 to 10 people, and then in the bigger ones, maybe I think I had one there where there was like almost 30 people. Okay, so it's cool, it's fun, and you said with the people that come in, there's just everyone's from everywhere around the globe. So that's really cool, and then you get to know people and listen to their upbringing and their perspectives. It's really cool altogether, I think.
That's good. You get contacts everywhere.
Yes, definitely.
Which is good. But I want to talk a little bit more about the teachers or the instructors. So they're all in the film industry or in the field of acting. Did you have any instructor that is from a movie that we would know of, or that had any cool background?
We'd have a lot of industry professionals. That was a class where I had 2 teachers. It was Scott and Wendy. So a man and his wife, and they were both acting teachers, and they'd both be working in their days, so that was a really cool experience. And they'd go no, and they'd be against each other, and it was like their marriage, and then they're also teachers. So that was brilliant. But unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the movies they were in. I didn't have a chance to watch it, but I still have connections with them, and it's totally cool that they've been working, because then you get first source information, and then they've done the errors and the mistakes, so they can really help you there.
Yeah. Just to talk a little bit about before going to the US, was it scary to sort of move across the globe, more or less? And what role did Blueberry have in this process?
Yeah, it was pretty scary. And I've been an ambitious person, a big part of my life, and I knew that I could make it. My parents have been very supportive, so that was the first step. They encouraged me and do this and don't be afraid. We're always going to be there for you. And so I wanted to find something that was with least work to it, because with the United States there's a lot of papers and a lot of errands going into all that process. And then I found you guys, Blueberry, and I read through your page, and it said that we offer counseling, and you have an advisor that you're constantly communicating with, and then they tell you each step. You told me to do this, step 1, and then once you have all that collected, you reach out to us. So it was a really, really smooth experience. It was effortless, basically. All I had to do was send you all my documents, and then you'd do the rest of the work. So it was flawless, I think so.
That's great. That's good to hear. What advice would you give current or potential acting students, or someone that would like to study acting but maybe a bit too scared to take the first step?
I think I'd just say, go for it.
Yeah.
Because if you're an actor, then you're never really, you shouldn't be too comfortable doing anything anyhow, because as an actor, you have to take a lot of different parts on. You're going to be in other people's shoes. So if you're scared about leaving and doing what you love, then it's self-defeating. And if you're an actor and you truly believe it, then you can leave those shoes that are keeping you afraid and locked in chains.
Yeah.
And then you can go for the ones that will take you to where your dreams lead. And then just go for it. I think so.
That's good advice. So you lived in LA. What was it inspiring? Did you get inspired by the surroundings and the people living in LA?
Yes, totally. And it's just, the flow and the current it's so different. Here in well, obviously it's a bigger place for the industry and for arts and all, the entertainment. Yeah. So you go there, and then it's just like one big current, because everyone is going to that goal. They want to, whether it's for fame or success or whatever it may be, everyone's on their thing. Because LA is also like a kind of place you can't really go there half-heartedly, because then the city would just swallow you whole. And so you get there, and then you see everyone is doing their thing and they're up to speed, and you're like, well, I want to be there too, and then it's very encouraging, like you said, and then you work and you put more hours into what you're doing, and it's very rewarding, I think.
That's good. Did you share a recommendation? I know it's very expensive to live in California, and especially LA. How did you solve that puzzle?
Yes, so obviously I went there with my mom the first time. It was great.
That's good.
Yes, and then we got an Airbnb, but so you'd find a different housing agencies, and so if you're a student, they could match you with other students, and you can select one with animals, without animals, and all that kind of things.
Yeah.
And then you'd meet people, but since I wasn't experienced going there, a lot of the agencies, they tended to put their listing out of their most beautiful unit and take the price for their lowest. So you'd look at a picture, and then you're like, well, this is a really nice place, and it's just a decent amount of money that I paid for it. And then you're like, yeah, can I get a visit? And then you come there, and then it's just not the same thing. So I'd be aware of that when you're looking for the places, and then just keep that in the back of your head, that you're probably not going to get what you're looking for the money, because money drives it all,
Yeah. And what's the dream? What's the plan there? I understood that you have an audition in May for another acting school. Is that correct?
That's totally right. So I'm doing my audition for the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Okay.
So that's an associate's program. That's 2 years. And then if you're really good, if you're a good student, then you can apply for a third, like an intensive, so that it hones in on you, and just some students gets to do this. So I really want to go for that third year, and then after that I'm hopefully gonna have enough meat on my legs to navigate throughout the industry. I've made a lot of connections, and then I'd hopefully be able to have an agent that can help me land jobs.
What is the one best thing you can say about UCLA? As I mean, obviously it's a big university, it's a highly ranked university. What's the feeling on campus? Like, what's the feeling entering campus?
Oh, I have a lot of words passing through my brain right now.
It's okay, I'd say,
well, I'd say refreshing and very institutional, or maybe educational. Refreshing in the sense that it's so international. Everything is green, everything is clean cut, and you just feel at home. And
so now when you're in Sweden, what do you do sort of on a weekly basis to keep up with the acting, to keep all the knowledge that you got from UCLA, to keep it fresh? What do you do?
Well, I'm always present with myself, because it's a lot about having references when you act, and so I'm very present all throughout the day, how I'm feeling, and then obviously I do some exercises with the body, with the different types of energies, just to stay present. That's the most single important thing.
That's it's very interesting and inspiring as well. But we're very happy to have been able to have this interview with you and to learn more about your experience. It's been great to have you as a student, and of course at Blueberry we wish you all the success, and we're eager to see what the future holds for you.